Three, two, one, action. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first ever morning. God damn it, let me start.
I know, but I'd rather be blind in heaven than sighted in hell.
3, 2, 1, action. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first ever morning episode of the Let's Ruin Our Lives podcast. Today we will talk about food, fucking, and fascism. And here I am joined by my favorite podcast guest, Eric the Mish Liss. How are you on this fine morning, my friend?
What an honor. I have my coffee. I'm excited to be drinking something different on this show for a change.
Yes.
And thanks again for having me. My third, fourth time, too many times. But
At
to
least,
celebrate in your recovery.
Well, thank you.
I'm stoked. Let's do this.
Let's do this. Okay, so no Kahlua in that coffee, I assume? That's good.
No.
Okay,
Just
you know
oat
what?
milk.
Let's put a little zing. I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, a little spelling bee with Eric today. I chose 5 different food-related words. Most of them are foods, but this first one, I would like to see if you could spell real quick. Are you ready?
Sure, let's do this.
Okay, your first word is transubstantiation.
Transubstantiation.
Yes, the act of turning the Eucharist, the wafer, and the wine into the body and blood of Christ.
Transubstantiation. Can you use it in a sentence?
Yes, the priests practiced transubstantiation before diddling.
Before diddling?
I
Did you
assume.
okay. This wasn't a you sentence. This was like,
Yeah, reality. We
already
like
there.
to keep it to real life as much as possible.
Transubstantiation.
Yes, sir.
Transubstantiation.
Oh no, that'd be transubstantion. You want to try again after the T?
IAN?
Trans. So you're not doing the whole word. Transubstantiation.
All right, let me get my pen out.
Okay.
Transubstantiation.
Yes. The followers received their Eucharist after the priest performed transubstantiation on the stale cracker
Got it.
and old wine. Maybe it was Manischewitz? I don't know, probably not.
Oh, Manischewitz? Very good. I love me some Manischewitz.
It's really sweet, right?
I mean, if we're on the topic of food and drink, perhaps, the best use of Manischewitz is probably in NoFX's song, The Bruise.
Oh, because Fat
This
Mike's
Friday.
Jewish, right?
He is Jewish. I think a couple of the members of the band are, but there's a line on that says,
Friday night we'll be drinking Manischewitz.
yeah. So maybe what's the Jewish priest?
The rabbi.
Yeah, maybe the rabbi can do some transubstantiation or some diddling. I don't know. All right, so TRANSUBSTIATAN.
ION. Shun.
Whatever. Next word.
Okay,
Moving
you were
on.
close. All right, we'll go back to the
I'm
words.
over it. Sure.
Okay, so we're going to get started on the pain subject of this podcast. You know, we do music, comedy, pain for anybody new listening, blah, blah, blah. And what I learned through some research was that food, and I guess we all sort of know this inherently, has been used as control throughout the years by fascist regimes. For instance, in Italy under Mussolini and Germany under Hitler, those regimes significantly influenced food production, distribution, and consumption. Their goals were often tied to achieving national self-sufficiency and manipulating the population through food control. For instance, in fascist Italy, there was the battle for grain, where the government really wanted to kick out any imports of food. So instead of Italy obviously being like well known for its pasta, nowadays, but back then under Mussolini, he wanted everybody to focus on rice because pasta was seen as being too dependent on immigrants and whatnot. So tying that,
Yeah, you don't want that.
you don't want that. No, definitely not. So that kind of reminds me of today. Was I mean, sort of like
I mean,
the whole uproar over like egg prices. Okay, so with that, so these policies could have detrimental effects on public health, such as seen in the decline of meat, milk, and egg consumption in Germany. So it was almost like the governments were trying to starve their people of nutrition by promoting a culturally rich food. And so, can you think of ways that that's tied into today? Like the eggs is the first thing that comes to my mind. If you get everybody so worried about the price of eggs, they're going to buy them less. They're going to lose out on the necessary, very healthy ingredients of chicken fetuses.
I mean, I can only really pull from what I've lived through.
Of course.
Looking at this last election, right? I feel like we're in a fascist regime now.
Sure.
Sure feels like it. And yesterday was the 4th of July. My
right.
mom, who's usually very patriotic, the first time talking to her on the phone on the 4th, she's like, I don't give a fuck. Although I will say that my California pride has like boosted through the roof. I'm very proud of my state. I was like, very cool, Mom. But, but back to food. The price of eggs was one of the key things that felt like the Trump campaign was really running on, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, oh, look how much your eggs are going to go up. I mean, I'm going to be real, like, they're even more expensive now than they were then, but everybody knows that. Like, it was all a bunch of bullshit. That's what you get from a con man.
Of course.
What was the question? How does food relate to fascism?
Yeah.
I don't know, but what's the North Korean food? Is that I think of fascist dictators throughout time. So we got in America, let's go eggs. Let's pasta. When I think of like fascist regimes and the food associated, we're gonna go North America or North Korea.
Okay.
Versus fascist Germany, and I'm gonna put. We're just gonna jump right to this, Josh. I know you got a note on this.
Okay, I do.
Sauerkraut, way better than kimchi.
Oh, I don't know about that. I would.
Yeah, sauerkraut is the superior pickled
cabbage.
Yes.
I like sauerkraut.
Right.
A lot, but I've been eating kimchi since I was like 2 years old, if not before.
Does that make it better though?
To me,
I feel like, what can you eat kimchi with? Like, to you grew up eating kimchi. What do you do kimchi with?
Well, that's a good question, my friend.
First, describe kimchi to me. Like, explain
so
to the audience what it is.
Is cabbage that's been pickled, spiced, and fermented. I think in the original Korean tradition, they would like make it during the winter, put it in jars, and bury it in the snow for a while or whatever to get that natural what's it called? Carbonation. And to really give it that flavor. Usually it has like fish sauce in it, like garlic, blah blah blah, whatever. The best kimchi that there is called Cosmo brand kimchi, based out of Los Angeles, I believe. But I mean, I could eat rice and kimchi every single day of my life.
What else can you do kimchi with?
Yeah. So yesterday I had kimchi with pizza. You just put some
That's
cold.
fucking nasty. That's forcing kimchi onto something. That's where you're wrong.
I've been doing it for decades,
you
my friend.
Force kimchi onto things.
Oh, I'll force kimchi on your
thing?
What?
This is a you thing. I'd be hard pressed to find anybody else that would force kimchi onto as many things as you do.
So
go on. What else do you put it with?
Kimchi and spaghetti.
Yeah.
The cold kimchi, the sour, the way it reacts with the savoriness of the tomato sauce, fucking beautiful. The other day I put it in some vegetable chicken broth soup that I made. Really made the soup a lot better. Have you ever had kimchi jjigae? Like the soup?
A kimchi soup? No. What are you going to do? Put it in a burrito too?
People do that. There is a lot of...
That actually might not be too bad. That wouldn't be forcing it, isn't it?
that is kind of forcing
it. Put it with your Cheerios? Just
No.
kimchi cereal?
Well, the crunch might be pretty good. So speaking of crunch, did you know that...
I want to touch on sauerkraut.
Okay, yeah, sauerkraut, yeah.
You don't force sauerkraut. It has its place, just like kimchi has its place.
Sure. Yeah.
But if we're going like superior pickled cabbage, nothing beats kimchi like on a Polish hot dog.
You mean
I'm sorry,
sauerkraut.
not kimchi, sauerkraut. That's the jam right there.
That
That's
is
some
quite
good shit with some
delicious,
mustard.
Yeah.
I'll take that over kimchi and rice any day.
Sure, or with some schnitzel or whatever. God, I say or whatever so much on this podcast. But see, I think that kimchi is more versatile
It's
than sauerkraut.
whatever. It's like
It's like,
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay,
Lisa
second
Simpson.
word.
Okay.
Worcestershire. Can you spell the word Worcestershire? You know, like the sauce or whatever that you put
Yeah,
on
yeah.
steak. Worcestershire, of British origin. I had to look up the pronunciation of it last night.
Worcestershire sauce. Did I pronounce that correctly?
No, Worcestershire. You're thinking of the way it looks, the way it's spelled. So go with that. But the actual pronunciation is Worcestershire.
All right. W O R C.
No.
Fuck you.
C.
Fuck you.
I'll help
All
you
right.
so we can speed along the process. WORC.
I did say C. I said WORC.
You said T.
No, I said C.
Oh, okay. Very good. WORC.
Okay. Let me continue. All right.
Okay.
WORC. Fuck you. HEST.
There's no H.
Quit shaking your head. Just let me.
Okay, go on. go on.
Fuck you. SHIRE. Worcestershire.
Close.
No.
So there's only one H and it's at the end. It's WORCESTERSHIR.
I added another H.
Yes.
Got it.
Pretty good though. I mean, I think that was better than most
Best
Americans.
foods
possibly.
that start with an H.
Best foods that start with an H. Hot dogs, obviously. Ham.
Is hot dogs the best though? Or okay, ham. Go on.
One of the best. Hot dogs, ham, honey. My handsomeness. I don't know what else starts with H.
Handsomeness. Hoagies.
Hoagies are great. Yeah, for sure. Get some hoagies. Drink them with water.
Hickory.
Hickory?
Smoke? I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Moving on.
Moving on. Okay, so speaking of fighting against fascism in the realm of food, I think we should really stress the importance of buying local when possible.
Yeah. Totally. Definitely.
Way more numerous benefits, such as fresher food, more flavorful produce, you're supporting the local economy and reducing environmental impact. It also fosters a strong community connection and helps to preserve farmland. Now,
Depends on where you live.
Depends on where you live. I'm saying
not everybody has the access to that sort of.
not at all. Do you? Because I live in Phoenix, and there's closest I can get is like fucking Trader Joe's, Sprouts, and Whole Foods, and it's like
Yeah.
those are massive faceless corporations at this point. Whole Foods obviously being like the most of that now, but yeah, I can't find like I don't know where to go. I'd have to drive like fucking 30 miles away, which in Phoenix is like far.
So do I have access to plentiful, nutritious foods that are locally grown? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Living in the Bay Area, I would say for sure.
Okay. Like mom and pops or like health food stores.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, there's this Mexican grocery store right down the street from my house called Chavez Supermarket.
Okay. Shout out.
And their produce is killer. Their lettuce, you could tell, was like picked probably in Monterey County, right down the road on one of these farms. Their lettuce is like super fresh. It's
yeah.
blooming. It looks great.
A lot of farmland in that area, right?
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, you're very close to the Central Valley. There's a lot of farms right there.
I think that area produces most of the produce for the country, actually.
I think you're right.
Yeah, awesome.
Also, if you go to, there's a place in Berkeley called the Berkeley Bowl, and that's like the best fruit produce in the Bay Area. It sucks to live in the fucking desert, bro. Everything's frozen before it gets to you, flash frozen.
I would assume.
I don't mean a dog on where you live.
I don't give a fuck. Anybody who lives out here fucking knows how miserable it is. Although I would like to say, I saw Duncan Trussell last week at the Tempe Improv. It's the first time I ever went to that comedy club. by the way, okay, segue and palm segue. The food at every comedy club I've been to in Phoenix, Stand Up Live, the Desert Ridge Improv, formerly known as CB Live, and the Tempe Improv, all have great fucking food. It tastes clean, it's well made, it's maybe made with a bit of joy and love. But anyways,
Right.
Tempe being the college town that it is just so much more fucking hip. You know, I live in the middle of the suburbs in North Phoenix.
Got
Ain't
it.
shit out here. So except for the Desert Ridge Improv, but that's in the middle of a fucking gigantic outdoor mall.
But the place, what was the name of the venue?
Tempe Improv.
Great fucking food.
Good food, yeah. I had chicken Alfredo.
Okay, so I'm gonna stem off from that. What is your favorite fuckable food?
So that I actually found hard to research.
Oh, so you researched this?
I did a little bit. Yeah,
Okay,
thank you,
okay, go
Reddit. Okay, so what I wrote down was cucumbers for the
How do you
ladies, and
oh no, a cucumber fucks you.
that's true. That's a good point.
So
But isn't that sort of the same thing?
okay?
Getting fucked and
So
fucking.
do we have to put those in different categories, like food that fucks you and food you fuck?
Food that fucks the
I would
system.
say- sure. Food that fucks the system. Eggs.
Eggs, yeah, fuck it.
Although an egg could fuck you. And
We
you could
have
fuck an egg,
chickens,
but you.
actually. Right
what?
outside this window, we have chickens. My mom and her husband built like a giant chicken coop and a fenced-off area. We have,
Oh, very cool.
We have
Yeah, yeah.
7 Rhode Island Reds. Yeah.
So if you fuck the chicken alive,
Mm-hmm.
is that fucking food or is it just fucking your animal?
I'd say it's just fucking the animal because it's not food until you slaughter it and cook it, right? Like if you fuck a
anything-
shark, like I used to do. Okay. So, tacos, I guess if you get the underhand grip on the tacos so that most of the food
Are we
stays
talking
in there.
a Taco Bell taco or like a taco truck?
Oh, you
taco?
couldn't fuck a Taco Bell taco unless you had a micro penis or like a giant vagina, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you would break the shell, but you could do
You
it.
would break the shell, yeah. Del Taco tacos, because, you know, they're a little softer.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
A soft
yeah.
taco.
Yeah,
You know, you
a
could-
soft taco you could for sure. Jelly, I once tried. Let's not talk about that. Donuts for sure. You see stacks and
Oh, a
donuts.
jelly donut. There you go.
Jelly donut.
I mean,
Yes.
there's the infamous scenes in movies where people fuck food. I mean, what comes to mind
Right.
immediately?
The American Pie, obviously. The
American Pie,
Warm
fucking
apple
the
pie. Yeah.
Eddie.
It's not what it looks like.
Thank you, my friend. Our friend.
Yeah, that was good. The pie fucking. I just watched a movie the other day. It was really good with Timothy Chalamet. It was believe it was called "Call Me by My Name."
I've heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed it. There's a scene in it where he is reading a book in his room in the attic, and he takes an apricot, and he just takes the seed out of the apricot, and he just makes it like a big hole, and he just starts fucking the apricot.
That's why you told me I would fuck an apricot yesterday.
Yeah, because it was on my mind. I just watched that
Yeah.
scene. I was just like, fucking Chalamet, man.
So that's a comedy
Like-
movie? Who is
No, it's not a comedy.
It's not
more
a
of
comedy?
No, it's like a coming of age
Uh,
movie where he like is bisexual, I suppose.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't suppose that's like the key
Right.
theme of the movies.
I see.
But yeah, he fucked a fucking apricot. It was crazy.
Nice. Alright.
Other scenes in movies where people have fucked food?
Not off the top of my head. Not that I can think of. No, not at this moment. I guess you could fuck a coconut.
Anybody in the comments that is watching this,
Yes.
please, any food fucking scenes, let us
Let us know. We'll maybe we can make like a little montage and share it with all you guys.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Look at me. Suck this.
Moving on. What do we got?
Moving on. Okay. Food in music. We talk about music.
Yeah.
Different.
Well, did we? I'd say food and music. When I think of songs about
Yes.
food, immediately it's for me, Der Wiener Schnitzel by the Descendants.
Oh,
Welcome to
right.
Der Wiener Sch-
That, would you like whale sperm with that?
No.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I learned that I guess different pitches of sound can influence how we perceive taste. Like higher pitches might make sweet food seem sweeter, while lower pitches enhance savory notes, according to whatever the fuck Studio 5 restaurant is. And the sounds of crunching can make the overall sensory experience more enjoyable.
That sounds like a lot of new age bullshit to me.
It really does, yeah.
But go on.
That's it. Okay.
But what about songs about food, and not necessarily like children's songs, but
yeah,
songs for adults?
Well,
like
I mean, children's
ode to
song. There's
food.
"Fruit Salad" by
Sure.
The Wiggles, which I'd like to say the redhead woman in the Wiggles is pretty damn attractive, and she plays drums.
Hell
Yeah. I mean, food songs about food. I don't know. Raspberry Beret probably isn't.
Oh.
I don't know. That might be an innuendo about something.
By Prince.
By Prince, yeah. I guess there's a Beatles song where George Harrison talks about how much he loves sweet food and chocolate or something called like Savory or some shit like that.
Favorite scenes of food in film?
Well,
one of my favorites is Homer Simpson in the Land of Chocolate.
Definitely.
Eddie?
When he takes a bite out of the little dog.
What a great scene. I love that one.
So hilarious.
Where he's just prancing through and does a little twirl on the light pole.
Of course, you know, we come from the land of chocolate. Or when Uter's getting when Uter, don't hurt me, I'm full of chocolate. So
Great scenes of food in cinema. Goodfellas, when they're in prison,
Right.
and he's slicing the garlic
With the razor blade
in order for. And I think the logic in the movie goes, when you put the razor thin garlic into the olive oil, it melts into it.
Okay,
which I think is sort of bullshit. I don't think that's actually fucking factual. Like if you do it so thin, it like disintegrates and like it just becomes like a melt. Like no, it would just fry the fucking garlic.
Right. That's what I never understood that part of the scene. Like for me, instance, I love fucking chunks of garlic. Like
Sure, I do as well. The essence of garlic is great, but I do enjoy the chunk.
For sure.
Oh,
I'll put
in
raw
that
garlic in my
scene-
salads. Yeah, go on.
Oh yeah, totally. I agree. Keep the vampires away.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
the scene in that movie, it's just you can hear the sizzle off of all the cooking. It's just there's like music layered on, and you can hear the sizzle. It's like really prominent in that scene.
For sure. You know
Very
who
cool.
I would say would be the master, and this is in the realm of animation, but it's such high class animation, would be Hayao Miyazaki films. You know, such as My Neighbor Totoro, Ponyo, but the most prominent being Spirited Away. Have you seen that? Where the parents turn into pigs, and there's just all this fucking food that looks amazing. And like it looks true to life. It just looks so goddamn appetizing. I'd also say, back to The Simpsons, the beer. That is probably one of the reasons I became an alcoholic, because the beer looks so goddamn good in The Simpsons.
Hey, where have you been all my life?
After a long shift at the stupid power plant, you just go kick it in a dark, shitty room with your friends.
Guys just all lunched over. Yeah, just go to Harold's, you know.
Sure, the sardine, whatever.
The sardine, yeah. Faux
There's
dive.
in my neighborhood, there's actually a Moe's Tavern right down the street.
Oh, okay.
Like that's my local bar. The bar closest to me is literally called Moe's Tavern.
Is that?
And they've put up a sign that says Moe's Tavern, and it's got a picture of Mo.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm surprised they haven't gotten sued for that yet. But.
Right, yeah. Is that in homage to The Simpsons, or it's actually...
Oh, definitely. It's got a picture of Mo.
Right.
For sure.
That's pretty cool. Nice. I think there's a Quickie Mart in... I forgot what city in Oregon, but there's an actual Quickie Mart. It's like the one and only. In Coos Bay, I think it is. Anyways, let's go back to fascism here. So, corporate profit over nutrition. Many companies produce and heavily market ultra-processed foods, as we all know, which are often high in sugar, salt, unhealthy fats, and additives, and low in essential nutrients. These foods are linked to a range of health problems, including obesity, cardiovascular disease, that's your ticker, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers, according to the National Institute.
Did you say cardiovascular?
Vadi, did I? According to the National Institute of Health, the prevalence of these products is increasing globally despite the documented health risks. Now, what could make people so fucking evil to prefer becoming richer and richer and richer while making everybody fucking die? Nobody's born that way. We're all born innocent little babies, pure of light and love and dependency on each other, on our tribe, our family, our friends. What the fuck?
So there's an easy, quick answer to that. It's one word: capitalism. It's a continued growth of profit margins that has no end, in finding ways to shave off the margins to get exponential growth consistently.
Yes.
But that is unsustainable.
On a finite planet.
In time. Yeah. Oh yeah. The earth is finite. The resources are finite. If you keep trying to get more and more and more while making the product worse and worse and worse, there eventually something's going to have to give.
Yeah.
And sorry, shareholders need their money. Apparently, they need to see returns on their investments. And damned.
Let me ask you this. So, I've done a lot of research into world history. All of these tactics that the United States is currently doing aren't really that new in terms of like oppression and, the people in power wanting to hoard everything. But now they're trying to get rid of everybody and kill everybody off that would do the fucking work for them. So if you get rid of all the people who pick the fucking plants and harvest the food and cook the food and take care of all the manual labor and stuff, they're not gonna fucking do it. Are we the... Hey, I framed that question wrong. I meant to also include like all the doctors and lawyers that they're going after, etc. Didn't mean to be racist. Now listen to this song.
don't think they
first
wanna get rid of
empire?
them.
Well, let me ask you: are we the first empire ever that is actively destroying itself? Other than
No,
Rome, I
they
guess.
don't want to. They don't want to get rid of them. They want them to be slaves.
Right. Yeah, dependency upon the system while they give us the scraps and the crumbs while they eat the fucking.
Sorry, pause.
Is that fascism calling? Hello.
To answer your question, no, I think they just want them to be slaves. I mean, that's a big reason you have. I know we weren't trying to get political up in this piece, but it always
Sure.
seems to go that way.
Oh yeah.
So, the whole with ICE and everything that's happening currently,
Ice is a food.
in my opinion, what this is leading to is that they don't want necessarily the brown people to go away. They want them to work for nothing and to be indentured servants again.
Yeah.
Slavery didn't die. It's trying to get rebranded. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, the 13th Amendment didn't abolish slavery. It turned it into prison labor.
Exactly, and you see that with all these detention centers that are being built. What, Alligator Island? Is that what they're calling
Alligator
it? Alligator
Alcatraz.
Auschwitz.
Yeah,
Alligator
Auschwitz.
Auschwitz is more like it.
For sure.
And
yeah. It looks fucking despicable.
are they going to give like the people who end up going there the option? You can stay here and then eventually just be whisked away in the next hurricane. And since there's no record of you, we'll just let you die and you'll never know. Nobody will ever know.
Yeah.
Or would you like to go work for free on this farm in fucking New Hampshire that Billy Bob, who voted for Trump, will take you back, but hey, you're working for a penny a day. Like, that's the way it's going, in my opinion. How does this relate to food? Processed foods? I fuck with some boxed mac and cheese, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I get deli meat every week now, but my good friend, shout out Clue, we'll call her, told me that if I'm going to eat deli meat, I need to focus on nitrate and nitrite-free deli meat. And so that's what I've been doing. And I don't know if I'm supposed to feel the difference or whatever, but I mean, I'm not drunk all the time, so I just feel a whole difference overall. Speaking of not being drunk all the time, my dreams. I keep dreaming that I'm relapsing, right? And my dreams are really weird. They're like, this doesn't have anything to do with food, but you motherfuckers have to listen anyways. Thank you for listening. My dreams are like sci-fi action adventure movies, usually where like I'm either the hero or like I'm with a group of people and we're all fighting for our lives from some evil, usually unspecified force, right? And I think it's like ever since I started Lexapro about 2 months ago, I've been striking out at stuff in my dreams, and I wake up fucking striking stuff. Like I struck my cabinet dresser fucking nightstand there the other day. I punched my my thermos off of it last night. I just woke up and I fucking knocked it over. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you know, because my son and I share a bed. I'm really scared I'm gonna like punch him in the middle of my sleep. Right. Maybe Eddie cut that part out, that last part. But
about the punching your kid.
Punching the kid. Yeah, we don't punch kids.
So what's your question here?
I don't know. It's just fucking weird. I don't think I've ever like slept walked or anything. And there've been times where like I've like when I grew up on the boat, you know, my bunk was super close to the roof or whatever. I literally woke up one time and I hit my head on the beam that was right there, like in a fucking movie or TV show. But yeah.
I think sometimes we have dreams about the worst things that could happen to us. For instance, like zombie dreams. I'm sure you've had them. A lot of people have had zombie dreams.
Yes.
My wife has talked about recently about having zombie dreams. Like, oh, there's zombies here. You know, it's the end of the world. People chasing you, trying to kill you. That's kind of like a worst case scenario.
For sure.
I've had dreams about cutting my hair and not me cutting it. My hair's very long.
Right.
You can't tell right now, but it's very long. And I don't know. I think dreams just have like a way of putting you in uncomfortable positions that might not necessarily happen in real life. Zombies, your hair being cut. Like I don't want that to happen. I want to keep growing my hair.
Very Samson and Delilah of you. Samson and Delilah from the Bible.
Somebody asked me recently. They're like, "Why don't you cut your hair and donate it. And I kind of just said, that's why they make synthetic wigs. Mine was for me. I don't want to give mine away.
For sure. It's not like people with long hair are obligated to donate.
Yeah, that's a bunch of crap. Like, yeah, I don't really want to give it. My
goddamn Rastafarians and Sikhs never donating their long hair. They're hoarding the wealth.
Give us your hair.
Yeah. So
that's a nightmare right there. Like a bunch of cancer patients like crawling toward you. Like, give me your hair.
Hair.
Oh god.
I had a dream that Tenacious D was down in Fish Harbor, where I grew up, filming some sort of like movie the other night, and they were like dicks, and then I couldn't find my son. Anyways, about capitalism, I think that's a very good point. That's obviously definitely the truth in this modern day and age, but I think ultimately, to use one word, it's power. The more money you have, the more power you have. And I think that's like the way I believe chimpanzees will hoard food. I kind of just made that up, but I assume that's something they do. It seems to be a natural part of human evolution, or at least of some people who feel that without power, they're weak and they don't want to be like everybody else anyways. You know what I mean?
So why do some of the most powerful people eat the worst food?
Like McDonald's.
Yeah. Like Trump's favorite meal is what, like McDonald's with a Diet Coke?
Right. I think he's just a dumbass, honestly. I mean, he was born into wealth. He sucks as a fucking powerful person. Like, I mean, he's not a very clever guy. Okay.
What else you got?
So, can you spell...
How's our time?
We're at 34 minutes here. We'll be wrapping up soon, everybody. Real quick, my friend Michelle is going to make a promo ad for us, and I just want to give her a shout out for that. She has a beautiful voice. I discovered it through one of her stories on Instagram yesterday. I was like, wow, she sounds like she could be like a legitimate voice actor. So I reached out to her, and she said, sure. And I was like, fuck yeah. So that's going to be coming soon. It's going to be called, or rather, it's going to be inspired by Battle Royale and Cowboy Bebop. Do you remember the part in Battle Royale where they're explaining the rules and they get that like really cute Japanese chick, obviously, and she's explaining about the exploding collars on the video?
Yeah, I remember watching that movie at your house.
Yeah,
back in 2006 or 5 or so.
Yeah,
that was the first time.
Yeah, 5 or 6. Yeah, at my mom's place in La Palma. Okay, last word. Here's the 2 words. I'll make this an easy one. It's a Korean food. Bibimbap.
Ooh,
in North Korea, they probably don't eat bibimbap.
Can you say it again?
Bibimbap. Bibimbap.
Okay. Bibimbap.
Mm-hmm.
B-I-B-O-M. Oof. I didn't like that face. All right. B-O-P.
No, B-I-B-I-M-B-A-P. All right.
Bog.
Bop. B-P.
Okay, so B-I-B-I-M-B-A-G.
A-P.
A-P?
Yeah, bibimbap.
Bibimbap. Bibimbap.
Bibimbap. It's good stuff. Okay, everybody.
What is it? Can you describe it? What is that?
I think it's some noodles or something. I don't really remember. I was raised with Korean food, but we stuck to basics like kalbi, kimchi, kimbap, the 3Ks, and just like really basic stuff. Kimchi jjigae.
So favorite food to eat first thing in the morning?
I don't like eating in the morning, but lately I've been eating apples and deli meat. Like I got some pastrami. So what I'll do is I'll get some like deli meat, chicken, maybe roast beef or turkey, get an apple, slice it up, and wrap that together, and then wrap that in power greens like kale, chard, and spinach, and I'll just eat like handfuls of that.
Do you eat shredded cheese right out of the bag?
I have. But no.
Do you? No? Okay.
I'm trying to eat a lot healthier these days. You know, I got a kid to think of and just my overall health. So
yeah, sure.
What I've been doing is going through jars of peanut butter and honey every week.
Oh yeah, that's a good combo. peanut butter and honey.
It's fucking
Put a
amazing.
little cinnamon on it too, with some banana, sliced banana. And put that on some bread.
Sounds
some
so
good bread.
good. Bread, no,
Yeah,
I try
it's
not
really
to
good.
fuck with bread these days, but damn.
I mean, make sure it's some good bread, not some bullshit ass
some
bread.
whole grain. Yeah, I gotta say,
Yeah,
white
some
bread
whole
is
grain
fucking
bread.
delicious, though.
To toast it, put some good almond butter or something, some
Yeah.
honey, cinnamon, banana. That used to be my pre-workout food before I hit in the gym. Like,
Are you
that was
still
good
hitting
shit.
the gym these days, or
Can we edit this?
what part?
Not as hard as I was, but yeah, I'm going a lot.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, everybody. Again, thank you for joining us on Let's Ruin Our Lives: Food versus Fascism, episode 27. Let's end it on psychoactive foods. Consuming highly palatable foods or foods that are high in carbs, fat, salt, sugar, or artificial sweeteners trigger the pleasure centers of the brain and release feel-good chemicals such as dopamine and serotonin. Even some spices like vanilla, pepper, cacao, chili, peppers, cloves, saffron, cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, and turmeric have been described as having mild effects on mood. I believe in prison, and especially if you've seen the movie, Malcolm X was given some water mixed with nutmeg. He took like a big fucking drink of it and got high real quick, and that's how he fell into Islam. Because it opened up his mind in that moment to be more receptive to the teachings of specifically the Nation of Islam. So everybody, I want you to try some nutmeg tonight. I guess one of my family members smoked it one time and they said they were stuck against a wall for like an hour. So don't actually do that. But yeah, did you know nutmeg can get you high?
I didn't know that. I mean, I've had meals where it just was so good, and I'm just staring into the distance and just kind of like rocking to music that's not even there.
Oh.
And I'm just like, just feeling so good. Like,
Nice.
it just tastes so good. It's hitting really hard.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I say hitting hard, it's probably just what you just described. Dopamine.
Yeah. The serotonin.
What have you. And then my wife snaps me back in. She's like, look at me. I'm right here. like, what are you doing? Like, you're just like staring at the fucking traffic. Like, what's going on?
That's hilarious. That sounds great.
But yeah, food can put you in a trance. It can make you feel great. Fucking love food, dude.
Fucking love
Food's the
food. We
best.
love food. Okay, I want to finish
food.
on one story because
Yeah.
you mentioned having a wife. So I'm going to relate this to my jadedness towards relationships in general. One of the first times I saw Duncan Trussell at CB Live, now the Desert Ridge Improv, I was sat like in a corner that was still very close to the stage in like a wraparound booth, right? And so I'm sitting in the middle of that table. They put like a young like Hispanic couple next to me, and people probably our age, a couple white people on this side, right? And I'm hungry, so I got some fucking hot wings. And I'm just fucking chowing down on these hot wings, just completely ignoring these people. I'm licking my lips. I'm licking my mustache. I'm like, oh shit. Started using my napkin,
Nice.
right? But what I noticed is that whenever Duncan would say something that could be considered like an offensive joke or whatever, a little like raunchy, the guys in both of these couples would hold in their laughter. Like I would look at them and they'd be like, you could tell that they wanted to laugh. And at one point, like, the women in the groups, they would go to use the bathroom, and then those guys would be like, oh, they're like letting go. And as soon as the lady came back, they're just like totally closed off and like scared to laugh at the raunchy stuff. And I'm just like, damn, I'm so happy to be an incel. I'm not an incel.
Don't say
I'm
that.
voluntarily.
That's terrible.
I know. I'm a vocel,
you're-
the vicel. I'm voluntarily celibate.
Invol cell.
Invol cell. No, I'm a volcel. But that's food, everybody. Let us know in the comments what your least favorite is, foods you can fuck, how to fight fascism. Eric, the Mish, Liss, everybody.
Fight fascism. Eat good food. And have a good day, guys.
Bye. Mahalo.